And we're here. The last one for this year's Mignogna March. And it's Super Broly.
No, should it really have Super in the title?
What do you mean?
That would be false advertising. If you're expecting the writing of Super.
Well, I don't know when the next time we'll get the chance to talk about Super again, so I guess we should give our thoughts real quick on that leading into the movie. And yeah, I think I have a very love-hate relationship with Super, because there's aspects about it I like. And when it's good, it works, but when it's not, it's really not. In fact, some of Super's worst is just frustrating.
That clone Vegeta filler.
Yeah, which, speaking of which, we'll talk about some of the Super dubisms that are pretty funny. They got Brian Drummond in for that. So, that's something, right?
It's not worth watching, even for him.
It's really not. That arc sucks. So, it's a quick rundown. The recap arcs for Super were pretty shit. And they didn't have to be either. The recap arcs for Resurrection F and Battle of Gods could have been something.
Could have extended them and added things. You just took what was good and made it not.
Yeah, especially Resurrection F, which is the one film I felt could have done with some extending with some of the stuff. Battle of Gods didn't need any extending. It already had an extended cut as it was. Doing that to Battle of Gods again was just dumb. But Resurrection F, I felt like there really was places to add stuff there. As far as the Universe 6 tournament arc, that's what I thought Super started getting a little better. There's stuff there I like. Kaba, Hit, even Frost. Goku Black arc had a terrible ending, we all know this. That ending was a slap in the face.
That probably could have been the best arc, but...
Yeah, but that is one of the worst endings I think I've seen. Like, in anything Dragon Ball period, that might be the worst ending. That ending is really bad.
And that continues to and that is the Super Syndrome. It shits the bed.
Yeah, the TOP arc, I do agree with people if you watch it a second time, like I forced myself to. It is better to marathon it because then a lot of the problems aren't as magnified week-to-week basis. So it at least makes it feel a little more fun, but yeah, it still has a lot of issues.
You know, also the issues like the stupid sniper episode that should have happened way
Dude,
earlier than it did.
Yeah, and they screwed my man Tien over, alright? They really did. Yeah, Tien's one of my favorite characters from OG Dragon Ball, and they screwed him over hard. But yeah, as far as some of the dubisms, like I said, the dub is pretty cringe in spots. People aren't wrong. Let's see. Goku saying Super Saiyan, please, to Beerus in the Battle of Gods arc. Why? Trunks' infamous line of, "Don't shoot, this man isn't black." Did no one hear that and think that might be considered a bit of a problem? No. Remember, this is airing on Toonami.
Hit from Universe 11.
Yeah, and the Grand Minister or Josh delivering the line, "Hit from the 11th universe has been eliminated." For those who don't remember, or maybe aren't aware, Hit is from Universe 6 in the Tournament of Power, obviously. Like, Tournament of Power is all the Universe Squad. You'll know what I mean.
Man, the scriptwriter and
whoever, how did no one notice that? Someone should have lost their job over that fuck up in particular. But, whatever. So, yeah. Outside of that, the dub is okay for what it is.
Overrated.
I won't argue with you on that. So, I don't hate Super. In fact, I'm on the side that I'd probably give it like maybe a 6 or a 6.5, because there are moments I genuinely like about it. But it has a lot of problems.
Frieza Senpai.
Frieza Senpai. Yeah, Frosted Frieza. Again, you get that. That's pretty great. Like, whoever did the casting for Frost as Greg Aris, Chris Aris' younger brother, is a fucking genius on that. I have to be fair. But yeah. Now that we've caught everyone up to task, the Super Broly movie, which takes place right after the Tournament of Power arc. For those who don't know anything about Dragon Ball Super and listened to our tangent for the last 15 minutes, kind of surprised, but thanks, I suppose. So Super Broly picks up right after the TOP, and I guess a lot of people thought this would have been a good ending to Super, with the next season or movie to take place after Z ended. But nope, getting another Super movie. Yay.
Except it looks worse.
This
CG
one in CG.
CG will never look better than hand-drawn animation.
Well, timeline of events. Super Broly. Obviously, it's done by Toei, which... Fuck you, Toei. With the director being Tatsuya Nagamine, probably butchered that, who's worked there before on Dr. Slump, Digimon, One Piece, and Akira Toriyama writing the script for this, or at least writing the story or whatever. The film would open in December of 2018 in Japan, and January 16th, 2019 over here. I remember I was there. Which, yes, it is one of those movies when you're in a packed theater is kind of amazing. I'm not gonna lie. But, yeah. Unfortunately, everyone knows this movie now for the shit that broke down literally the day it premiered, and that's the drama that literally exploded 2019. So this movie now has a nice fat-ass asterisk attached to it. Isn't it great?
Yeah. Classic Super.
That's, what? I don't even think that's Super's fault. So, what's Super Broly about? Well, it's very subtle with its parallels of legacy from father to son. It's about as subtle as a kick in the nuts. Could you tell, Dai, that's the theme of the movie?
No. Really?
Which, I guess it is a little ham-fisted, but at least it doesn't betray its themes and it works for the story it's telling. So you've got Bardock, father of Goku, you've got Paragus and Broly, his son, King Vegeta and Vegeta, which... What kind of an asshole do you have to be to name the planet after yourself, by the way?
Not just the planet, but apparently 3 other sons.
Oh yeah, the main character Vegeta is Vegeta the Fourth. Yeah, it's Vegeta the Fourth.
So he's at least the 3rd son.
And even with our main villain, I guess you want to call him that, King Cold to Frieza. Like, Frieza's one of the main antis or whatever. So, yeah, they really wanted you to go to the whole father-son route here. And the whole thing of the father's past is passed on to the son's present, and that whole thing. Which, if you haven't seen this movie yet, we're going to be discussing the hell out of it and spoiling it, and I do recommend it. Honestly, after watching it again, it is still one of my favorite Dragon Ball movies. Probably be right up there with Battle of Gods, honestly. But yeah. Before we get into any more of that, though... Dai, how's the animation?
It's better than the next movie.
Everyone I've seen has said this is the... Yeah, everyone I've seen says this is the best Super's ever looked, and they're kind of miffed they're changing it. Like, why would you alter that? I just... whatever.
Because Mappa does CGI, clearly we can do it. No, you're not Mappa or UFO Table. Get the fuck out of here, Toei.
Yeah... Honestly, though, on another topic, I do really like the OST for the movie. It is one of those, it's kind of an acquired taste, because it's obviously inspired by African tribal music or whatever. But at least it's something. Yes, I'm going to be the outlier, and I'm pretty sure you agree with me. Super's music is nothing special.
It's really not. It has, there are no memorable tracks, while Z had, well, lots.
Yep. Hey, that's another thing Super has in common with GT. GT's US score is pretty shit, to be honest. If you go back to it, it's not very memorable at all. People like doing the comparisons between the two all the time.
I mean, everyone knows the Cell theme.
Or the SS Vegeta theme, SS3 theme, etc.
The SS3 theme, etc.
But yeah. So, I do really like the OST in the movie.
I mean, clearly the OST in the Cooler movie is better.
Dude, that Cooler movie was weird, man. Drowning pool, Disturbed, Deftones, like, the fuck? Yeah. I think the Lord Slug movie did that shit, too.
It was those three,
yeah, those two. It was just Cooler's Revenge and Lord Slug. That's it.
Yeah. So why?
Oh, they're up for it, though. But yeah, anyways, OST's fine. As far as the dub, well, we're getting to that, and there's a lot of shit going on here. So, Broly, the title character, is obviously voiced by our man here, Vic Mignogna, who himself confirmed he wasn't sure if he was even going to be in the movie about a couple months before it came out. I don't remember where I saw this interview. But it came out in November of 2019, where he said, or 2018, I mean, where he said he wasn't even sure if they were going to bring him in because he hadn't gotten a call until like nearly the 11th hour. So, what does that tell you all about 2019 with what we know now?
It tells you all you need to know without telling you.
But yeah, I think he does great as Broly. Especially when Broly goes into his backstory to Chi-Lai, one of the other characters. Waifu, by the way, fight me. What? Why are you looking at me like that? But he goes to his backstory about his animal friend.
Well, I mean, in your defense, there's not many of those in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but yeah, so, Vic himself admits he wishes his throat was stronger to handle the screaming of Broly more, cause, yeah, it's a well-known fact. He threw out his voice numerous times with the original movies and games, including Bio Broly.
Whatever the fuck that was.
And full disclosure, I don't think I hated Broly as much as some people did, and I'm talking about even the original Broly, but that's mainly for one reason, because Broly is fucking stupid. I'm not going to defend him.
Super Saiyan 3 Broly!
Exactly, but it's the whole thing of just watching someone body like a group of 8 people or whatever. There's something fun about watching that.
Man, Raging Blast 2 was stupid.
Yeah, but it was fun. But yeah, whereas the Broly here, his story is way more thought out and better written and everything, in just every way, in my opinion. So, while I didn't hate the old Broly, I can understand why people did, because his backstory was dumb. I do agree with everyone, this Broly is better. Unless you're gonna disagree, Todd.
I mean, the only thing I think that's really dumb about it is they did it right after they introduced fucking Kale, and that was the whole point of that.
Yeah, well, Kale, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Kale was a Toei-created character. Like, she was a Toei OC meant to be a callback to Broly. So, whoops, someone fucked up.
Someone really did fuck up.
But yeah. Anyway, as far as the rest of the cast, well, we have Chris Sabat, who voices Vegeta, King Vegeta, Shenron, Piccolo, and he's the ADR director. Jeez, I forgot how he literally voiced everyone in Dragon Ball for some reason. Just remember, Yamcha could have been in the film too. Or all the Ginyu Force.
They cameoed in the film. I'm sure they were voiced as well. They made grunts.
I didn't see them on any cast list I looked at, but probably. And yeah, Chris Sabat, it does good as Vegeta here. So, don't really have any complaints. And as Piccolo, where Piccolo has to teach them the fusion dance.
Again.
That was hilarious.
For the first time for Vegeta.
Yeah. And if anyone brings up Fusion Reborn, that movie's non-canon. Don't be a dick.
But it had Pycon making insults to a wall.
I still like that movie, though. But yeah, so back to this. Chris Sabat did good as everyone that he was supposed to. I don't have any complaints. Same with Go... Well, same with what?
Outside of some fuck-up on some part of Shenron, I don't know what end.
Oh, you're talking about where Shenron says, let me ask you for one wish? Yeah, I'll grant you one wish. That wasn't on them. That was a fuck up in the film itself, because they only asked for one wish, and then Shenron flew away. So, yeah, Shenron's wishes are always changing. Like, in the Resurrection F movie, it was 2, and then in the recap arc, it was 3.
Oh, retconning.
Make up your damn mind, Shenron, you stupid fucking dragon. Now, moving on, we have Goku. Stupid Super Goku. Voiced by Sean Schemmel, or as I have effectively dubbed him, the Ultimate Beta. Yeah. Sean Schemmel. But hey, he's Crowler from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
I didn't know the professor was a guy.
Damn it. But he's Black Doom from Shadow the Hedgehog. Why?
Oh my god. Why is it with fucking Buzz named Sean doing a Dr. Claw voice?
I have no idea. Yeah, Sean Shiplak and Noob Saibot.
Why?
And I've seen a lot of people online say, man, it's a shame Sean's such an asshole, because he does a really good Goku. And it's like, yeah, he does. It's the sad part. But we're stuck with the prick, unfortunately. I guess the closest you get to stupid Goku in the movie is when Frieza says the word repugnant, and Goku's like, what's that mean? But I don't think I'm as mad at that one, because Goku didn't even know what marriage meant in OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah, still smarter than Super Goku was in this movie.
Yeah, because... fucking Super... What? You kissed your wife? I don't know what kissing means! It's not like I had 2 sons with my wife.
He did?
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so... Goku... like, Sean Schemmel, Chris Sabat, and Vic all having to do, like, a 30-minute-long fight scene, too, with the screams and grunts. They nailed it, I feel. Especially with how much screaming they had to do, holy shit.
Screamo.
Exactly. Moving on from them, though, we have Bulma! Voiced by Monica Rial, who's like the 80th Bulma now. Yeah, the number keeps going up with how many Bulmas there are, man.
Yeah,
like, last time it was the 16th Bulma, now it's the 80th Bulma. It's just gonna keep climbing.
Yeah, and all those other Bulmas sounded better. I don't know about you.
Hashtag not my Bulma. It's funny because on the Q&A section on the Blu-ray or whatever, she says she started by trying to pay homage to Tiffany Bulmer's Bulma. And it's like, yeah, too bad you're not as good as her. Never will be in my mind either. I don't know. I'm honestly in agreement with you on this one. I could never get used to her Bulma, even pre-2019. It just always sounded off to me.
Yeah.
I mean, Wendy Lee could have done Bulma. In fact, she has. Twice.
And better.
Oh well. I guess Monica was fine in the movie in terms of the voice acting. I just don't think she's a good Bulma. But hey, she was Tsubaki in Soul Eater. That show's never getting a remake, is it?
It never will. Is.
Well...
Or... dies.
After her, we have Paragus, Broly's dad, who's voiced by Damian Clark, or D'Artagnan Nickelback, as the name he went under in DBZ, Kai? What kind of fucking alias?
I don't know. Or some people might know him as Handsome Jack.
Yeah, he's also Cell. And Scar from OGFMA.
Or the thing that confuses most people, Younger Tagoro.
Yeah, Younger Tagoro. Dude, we gotta watch Yacht Shogun at some point. Show's fucking great. But yeah. And he does good as Paragus. Like, he's the stern, angry father who wants revenge on King Vegeta. Because King Vegeta fucked him over, because he's kind of an asshole. So, I think he does good as that. So, his whole thing is he wants to raise Broly to eventually one day get revenge. Revenge! As far as the next character, we have Whis. One of the characters I used to like in Super. Keywords they're being used to. Okay, so Whis is basically an angel from that's oversees the 12 universes, whatever the fuck. And he kind of makes everything irrelevant when he's around. Let's see.
He just got blown up. Rewind time.
Frieza wants to be revived for helping us with the TOP. Let me wave my hand. We don't even need to use Dragon Balls to revive people anymore. What's that? I'm getting attacked by Broly in this movie. I'm gonna dodge him like it's nothing while doing the oh silly laugh, undermining the tension in the air. Fuck off, Whis. Anyway, Whis is voiced by Ian Sinclair, and probably one of his most known roles. He's also Magna from Black Clover, and Ronaldo from Vampire Dies in No Time, a modern dub I actually don't hate and actually think is really good. No, seriously, y'all should go check that show out. That show's decent.
Modern dub you like? Out of there, no less?
Yeah, I know.
Times must be wrong.
And Ian Sinclair is good as Whis. I can't really complain. There is a moment, though, where he says, "Oh my," and it made me immediately think of Doug Airhole's You Know Why, Ichimaru, which I'm pretty sure Doug Airhole's voiced Whis in the Bang Zoom dub of Super.
That short-lived thing.
Yeah, so, I don't know, that made me crack up. But yeah. I don't have any complaints about that. But you know who's next, Ty?
You're next.
Frieza! Frieza is voiced by the late, great Chris Aris in this movie, who is still, in my opinion, the best Frieza. Wendy Young is a close second, though. But Chris Aris is easily my favorite.
Although that one's just a weird sounding Frieza.
What, Wendy Young?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is she was trying to make it fit because Frieza was an alien, and that's the voice I get from her, that's the vibe she was going for. She's trying to be alien. Whereas Chris Aris makes Frieza sound very articulate, sarcastic, and everything. So I think it's perfect casting.
Yeah, the Soyu Tengu cometh indeed.
Speaking of which, yes, he's Sui Tengu from Speedcrafter and Takeda from Sengoku Basara, if you want some of Chris Aris' best roles. He's also Atsunabu, if that is how you pronounce that, from Full Metal Panic Fumofu. Greatest character in that season. By far.
The greatest character in that series. At least he got to reprise his role in
Invisible Victory.
4.
Yeah. Damn it, man. It sucks that he's not going to be able to be Frieza anymore. We're gonna have a fucking cunt-faced Damon Mills. Could you guys at least get little Karibo to play Frieza? Like, could you at least do that? That way, whenever I hear Frieza, I don't have to think, Frieza diddled someone. Fuck! Which, true story, someone on my list said it is perfect casting. Who else to play Space Hitler than a diddler? It's like, fucking... Damn it. But anyways, Chris Aris fucking great in this film. There are some lines where you can tell that he is sick, but... Yeah,
having a double lung transplant will do that to you.
I still think he's fucking fantastic in this movie. Especially in the, scene where, you know, where he kills Paragus or whatever. It was like, Broly, look, a stray energy blast killed your father! It's so tragic! Just remember when that scene happened, you were the one saying, hey, Paragus, how would you like to be this movie's Krillin?
because they were flashing to the image of Krillin, because Frieza was thinking, you know, on Namek, where he...
Yeah, so it works. Like that, see that works. Fucking great. But yeah. Outside of him, next we have Chilai, who a lot of people ship with Broly. She's one of Frieza's new recruits. And yeah, I ship her with Broly too. Don't judge me. Don't at me. Anyway, she's voiced by Erica Lindbeck, who you all know as Best Girl Futaba from P5, right, Di?
That sounds silly.
And also Black Cat and Spider-Man on PS4. And Cassie Kage and MK11. You all know, remember that, right? Where she had to, play off of Ronda Rousey in some of those cutscenes.
Wow. That's just terrible.
And as I already stated, her scene with Broly, where Broly was talking about his pet that basically got murked, so that's why he wears the pelt on his... What is it, on his waist?
Well, it's not the pelt, it's
the ear. Yeah. It's probably the best dubbed scene in the movie for me. Where everyone involved was just really well directed and well voiced. So...
Oh, maybe it's because maybe that's because they didn't have to act out to Ronda Rousey.
That is probably what happened, yes. Damn it. Fuck you, Ronda Rousey.
Oh, no, that's just a fuck you NetherRealm, because I thought that would attract sales.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Next, we have Lemmo, who's Chi-Li's friend and an old dude. He's another, Frieza soldier, who ends up becoming friends with Broly. Voiced by Bruce Carey, who's Simon from Phantom, Requiem for the Phantom. It's a solid VN adaptation, even if its ending is a little fucked. Still think it's worth watching, though. And he's Ivan from Fairy Tail! And not much else, honestly. Probably underutilized about 87. Yeah, he's the main villain of Shauna Season 3, isn't he? I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is good as Lemmo. He's the old, wise dude. Be like, oh, I don't know about this. Seems like a bad idea type of character. As far as some of the rest to go over, we obviously have Bardock, Goku's dad, voiced by Sonny Strait, who's obviously a reprisal. You all know him as Krillin, too. Because back in the day, DBZ casted like 5 people as everyone. But that at least made sense when he was starting out. What?
Yeah, we're at this part. Dragon Ball Midas.
Yeah, since we're airing all grievances here for everything Dragon Ball Minus is shit. I agree with a lot of people. Bardock as a villain in the special, Bardock Father Goku, was great. I actually really like that special for that reason. Because Bardock wasn't a good dude when you followed him.
Yeah, especially when he's getting killed to drowning. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong movie.
That's Core's Revenge again. But yeah, it's the same thing with fucking Gine, Goku's mom, voiced by Emily Meaves. You'd all probably know as Chelsea from Akame ga Kill, or Ryoma from By the Grace of the Gods, or Number 9 from The Future Diary, something better than Platinum Man. Ah, you all thought I couldn't sneak a jab in there to Platinum Man? Wrong. Found a way. Anyway.
But that's just too easy.
They're both fine for the scenes they're given. The problem is, though, is that Gine's pseudo-irrelevant. Come on, guys. Outside of Dragon Ball Minus in here, is she really relevant? Do we learn anything by... Or, like, is she needed? Is that at the end of the day is what I mean?
Do we really need to know who Goku's mom is?
I know some people are curious,
that's
but...
really necessary?
Yeah, and the retcon of turning Goku into fucking Superman, as everyone's memed it... I don't like that change either. Again, Bardock, father of Goku, Goku was sent to Earth as a mission to conquer it, because it seemed like a low-tier planet. So, there's that. As far as anyone else, I mean, you have Raditz and Nappa, big cameo, and for some reason, Chibi Vegeta here is Chris Sabat, even though in Super, it's Justin Briner when they flash back. Why?
I don't... And Nappa still has his stupid flashback toupee.
Yeah.
Why was that a thing?
I have no idea, man. I really don't. So, yeah. As far as anyone else worth going over, I mean, I guess Trunks is still Alexis Tipton in the movie, which... I don't know. She's an okay replacement for Laura Bailey, but still takes getting used to. But hey, Alexis Tipton was Saiyan Blood Seed. That's a series you gotta watch at some point, man. It's over the top, gory, and stupid.
Well, her and her whole one-line for the entire movie.
Yeah, but I don't know when we're gonna talk about this again, so figured I'd bring it up. But hey, at least you have Barry Blue, one of Frieza's other soldiers, because they're not even trying any more of the names, are they?
Yeah, they officially have given up at this point.
But she's Veronica Taylor, man. Come on, it's Ash fucking Ketchum.
She was only there because
Ribrianne. Yep. The last one I'll go over real quick is King Cold and Beerus, who are both voiced by Jason Douglas. You all know Guild Arts from Fairy Tail, and
yeah.
The fuck is his name from Walking Dead? Tobin or some shit? I don't know. I don't watch Walking Dead. Fuck that show.
Do people still watch it?
I have no idea. Jokes aside, if you watch Walking Dead, please let me know and tell me why. Because I've heard from everyone it's turned to real shit. But yeah.
Or maybe,
and he does fine. I mean,
maybe they're just like you and are too stubborn to drop it. No matter how shit it goes to.
I have that habit a lot. It's true. But yeah, so Jason Douglas is fine for both characters. Again, Beerus gets written out of the movie after the first scene he's there to babysit Bola or Broad or whatever you want to call her. So, if only Whis were written out too. Again, writing Beerus out works. I actually like that. It makes sense. Since, you know, he kind of ruined any tension in the Resurrection F movie when he was standing right there during the fight. Couldn't they have Whis stay behind too, saying like, hey, I want to stay here and eat the food, or something? That's all they had to do.
But that's one change. And but speaking of changes in the movie, that's one big change. SS Blue is actually blue now, and not fucking cyan.
Yeah.
Like it has been for the entire Super series and the Resurrection F movie.
But come on, man. Did you know that Gogeta is voiced by both Sean Schemmel and Chris Sabat? Because that deserved its own spot on the cast list.
You know it had its own spot in both languages. It's like, okay, cool.
I mean, that is a cool effect I like with the fusions that they've done since all the way back, where it's voiced by both people. So.
At the same time.
Exactly. As far as things to note, from the dub itself, or from the movie, I mean, what do you think of the Scouter retcon, Dai?
Yay.
So, for those who don't know, the original story was that the Saiyans stole the Scouters from the Ceruleans, or Tuffles, whichever you prefer. I actually like Tuffle. It's easier to say. But, and that's how they got their Scouters. But now they were given to them by Frieza's army, when Frieza came over to take over for his father. Because King Cold retired. Which, what does retiring mean in the fucking Frieza family?
I don't know. At least he just wants to sit on his ass or something and do nothing.
I mean, that's technically what Frieza does anyways. Frieza just sits there and lets everyone else do the work for him.
Maybe he's going to some retirement planet.
Yeah, like, what? I don't know. But yeah, this retcon is honestly very small compared to some of the other major ones that have happened, so not as mad at it.
Like them adding in Dragon Ball Minus.
Yeah, I don't like that one. Oh yeah, didn't you say they used the Cell Games armor for Frieza's soldiers or something?
No, it's some of the red shirt Saiyans are straight up just wearing the Cell Games armor.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So there's that. I mean, one of the callbacks in the movie is when, at the end, when Goku's like, "Well, bro, you could call me Kakarot." I don't know. That's a callback I think actually works, because it still acknowledges the old fans without feeling too ham-fisted. Because think about it, all the pure Saiyans call Goku Kakarot. so it still fits. But
the only word Broly knows.
I mean, hey, in this he gets to talk, so you get that. Anyway, as far as some of the other things you learned from watching the interviews and looking into this sort of thing, well, Sean Schimmel would go into detail in his, saying that he normally does all the talking stuff first before going into the whole fighting, choreography, and screaming, which makes sense after the SS3 transformation that everyone at this point has heard the story to. Passing out in the booth. Fun, right, Di?
Yeah, fun.
And Ian Sinclair's, he says Broly has a lot to do with family. I'm bringing this up, there's a reason, because I thought this was a really silly fuck-up on his part, where he says, you know, the father and son dynamics, like with Paragus and Broly, Bardock and Goku, Frieza and Cooler. What?
What?
No, you didn't hear me wrong. Ian, for some reason, brought up Cooler like he's in the movie. He's not. I'm sure some people would really have been happy with some form of cameo from him, but unfortunately no, all you get is fucking Tarble mentioned.
Leave him alone, he's already dead.
Kappa's way cooler. No pun intended. But yeah.
I mean, we already mentioned Cooler's revenge enough with the fucking drowning pool and all that.
As far as Sabbats goes, there's a few things here. How the Gallic gun, or Gallic Ho, or whatever you want it to call it, or you want to call it, he had to change the timing of it so it would sync up properly with Kamehameha, because, you know, different syllables and everything. So they had to alter that with the dub. Because there's a scene where, you know, they do the Kamehameha Gallic gun thing.
Yep.
So, there's that. He also said that he went into how much he loves DBZ and everything, and that if it wasn't for DBZ and his involvement with it, he'd probably be in jail. Those were his words, not mine. Just let that sink in for a second. Whatever the fuck that means. I mean, he said it's probably because he'd be too busy prank calling people to be an asshole, but I'm gonna say it's for other reasons because I'm a dick.
I mean, some of his infamous pranks go way beyond being an asshole.
Yeah, they really do.
That fucking skunk one, more than anything.
Yeah.
Look into that.
I mean, a thing to be a dick would be Ian, like he said in his interviews, basically boasting a little bit how with Whis, he doesn't have to do the screaming and yelling, so unlike the DBZ cast, he can immediately go from Dragon Ball to record the next session, where the rest of them have to, you know, take a day off or whatever. See, boasting about that, that's being a trolling dick, but Sabbat crosses the line a lot. So, as if that wasn't obvious.
Again, look up the skunk incident after this. And you'll just see how far he crosses that line.
Anyway, as far as Monica's goes for Bulma, I already mentioned what she said about trying to pay homage when she first started as Bulma. She also says she likes that Bulma has a good husband, is rich, has a son and a family, all the things Monica lacks. Ho! I mean, anyways. Yeah, so that's basically it for those. Jason Douglas is what you'd expect, just him going on about how much he likes Beerus, everything. Monica did go into a little detail, though, about how they had to dub incomplete animation scenes and dub over storyboards, which was a brand new experience, so if that's the case, I'm surprised this dub turned out as well as it did, because that sounds like fucking hell to dub over, I'm gonna be real.
You just do it until it works.
Yeah. As far as if you're wondering, well, what about the title character? Where's his interview? Cut from the Blu-ray because, yes, they are that petty. And remember, Colleen Klinkenbeard is the one who handles the Blu-ray extras, so she was the one who made that decision. Now, some people theorize maybe she was forced to, but others say she's involved with the clique really deep. So, I don't like these people. I'm gonna go with the latter on that one, but it's up to whatever you guys want to decide. But yeah, if you want to look up Vic's interview, it's officially only on IGN's channel of all things. I don't even. But that's where Vic would go into his voice being stronger and wishing it was and everything, and how he really loved this version of Broly, particularly with the scene with Broly's animal friend. And he's just happy Broly was made canon. Speaking of the Blu-ray, so did you notice any, I've heard from everyone, they fucked up on several scenes where it was oversaturated with the colors in several shots.
Probably.
Yeah, this is a Funimation-only Blu-ray issue. To this day, to my knowledge, they have not fixed this. And yeah, it's why most people will tell you import the UK version of the Blu-ray. It has the dub, and it does not have this issue. Because the UK distributors actually aren't dumbasses. At least as much as these people are, I suppose. Anyway, at the end of the day, this is still a really good movie, especially if you like old-school Dragon Ball where the fights are really long and feel impactful. Like, even the sound effects for the punches I really like in this movie. Yeah. I feel like they have way more impact with everything.
Long fights, the other thing Super lacks.
I'm trying to think of the long fights in Super. What is it? Jiren versus Goku and Jeets, and maybe Hit versus Goku? And the Universe 6 arc?
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, you get that.
I guess the Zamasu fight just feels rushed. Comparatively.
That damn arc. Yeah. And honestly, the Super works here because everyone says it's the Goku and Vegeta show. This movie genuinely doesn't feel like that. Yeah, Goku and Vegeta are a focal point, but the protagonist is Broly. The majority of the movie is from his perspective with everything. And I feel that's what makes it work. So, will they be able to keep this up with the next movie, though? Since it seems like they're marketing it as Gohan being one of the main focal points.
Doubt it.
I hope, but I really doubt it, too.
Anyone who's a Gohan fan should be doubting this, because if you get your hope up, it's your own fault for what happens.
I'm in that camp too. Trust me, guys, I know. I know.
He's the strongest in the universe, but still does nothing.
Ultimate Gohan was such a fucking waste, man. I was so mad. I was so mad at that. Fucking stupid. But yeah. So...
You'll always have the Great Saiyaman rap.
You people should look that up, too. The 1999 dub of Disease does not hold up as well as some of you might remember. I mean, I like it. It's still hilarious, and obviously nostalgia and all that, but yeah, that dub is very, it's something. As far as this dub go, it's actually really solid. I'd say it's probably the best dubbed Super content we have at the moment. And honestly, its release date, though, does put it in an awkward spot for dub-only watchers, being as how when it came out, I think the Super dub was only around 90 episodes in, so the TOP wasn't even done yet. Which, maybe Funny shouldn't have waited 2 fucking years to actually start working on this. Super aired in 2015, they didn't dub it till 2017. The fuck sense does that make?
Well, you see, it wasn't ecchi enough.
Yeah. Ironic, with what's going on now, where ecchi is evil.
Yeah. You know what else is gone now? Funimation. Oh!
Yeah, and... unfortunately, this movie was one of the last things Vic was in. Outside of this, he was in Morosu Mononoke in Season 2, simuldub only for a few episodes, making the simuldub better. And he was Rohan for the rest of JoJo Diamond is Unbreakable. Outside of that, it's basically it. This movie basically fucked everything up. But it is a catch-22, because if it didn't exist, there's a chance Vic might still be working, but would we have known everything we do now about how fucked these people are? Probably not. So... either way, that's it, I guess. As far as Vic's replacement, Johnny Umbosh, I think he's okay. The issue is, whenever I hear Broly now, I just hear fucking Ichigo. I can't not think it, dude. I really can't.
Yeah,
So,
it's your own fault for being a Bleach.
yeah. But hey, as if funny wasn't petty enough, during the 2-year anniversary of the film, when they tweeted out a clip of it, they used Johnny Umbosh voice clip to replace the Vic one of Broly from the movie screaming a line. Yes, they genuinely were that petty in 2020. Good fucking riddance to funny. I'm glad they're dead. Anyway, guess that's it. Again, we spoiled the hell out of the movie. Didn't talk about the movie much. More went into the dub, which makes sense. Name of the fucking show. But I still think it's a solid movie.
It's literally
the best Dragon Ball Super movie, man.
The flashbacks with Broly, the minus stuff, and then the rest of it is just a big fight scene. There's not really much to break down.
I think that's why I like the character moments in the middle with Broly and Sheila and even Frieza and Paragus the most, because that's when you really get to hear these voice actors play off each other. Obviously when they're screaming and punching each other too, which... one of the fucking best fights, man. Seriously. Especially when they're fighting each other, and you remember that part where they start breaking the dimensions with how powerful they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now we're going from that to fucking superhero with it. Why? Toei!
No one said Toei was intelligent.
Anyways, guess that's it. Let us know what you all thought of Super Broly. Again, it was still one of my favorite movies. Absolutely really enjoy this one. Especially because a lot of the old Z movies are so-so. And this is definitely better than Resurrection F, in my opinion. Resurrection F still is easily the weakest out of the modern film trilogies, fans of it.
Oh, you mean it's the weaker one, and it also uses CGI more than this one? No way!
I think it has other issues too, though, with just the pacing of it. The pacing of Resurrection F is just awkward as fuck.
Shit on CG.
You got such a hate boner for CG, man. But alright. Thanks again for watching, guys, and thanks for joining us for another year's Mignogna March. As far as what's up next, probably Tiger and Bunny Season 2, since that comes out April 8th, and they finally dropped the dub trailer. Thank God they got Wally Wingard back in as Tiger, otherwise I would have been fucking pissed.
Well, they got everyone back, except for the two we knew weren't coming back.
Yeah.
And we don't know about the side characters yet.
We'll find out. And then watch, we say that April 8th, and then they launches, oh, the dub isn't quite finished yet. Well, fuck. So, maybe, that's why I'm saying that. We'll see. I think this was a good Mignogna March. We covered Kenichi, we covered Oron, we covered some shit he's well known for, some shit like Rio. And this. Hopefully he'll get to voice in some stuff again in the future, especially since people want to do Kickstarter dubs now, but time will only tell. Till then, thanks again for watching, and Di, aren't you happy you watched this movie now?
Well, I only paid $8 for it. Sucks already when you paid more than that.
Well, you got it on Black Friday as a deal of the day or whatever. But alright, guys. Thanks again for watching. Till next time, and yes, this is a movie where I rooted for Broly and Frieza the whole time. And that scene where Frieza gets the shit kicked out of him for over an hour while they're practicing fusion is hilarious. It's even funnier the second time.
Then it got funny.
Dude, Goku's a cunt in that scene. Remember where he grabs Vegeta and flies off and he goes, "Have fun, Frieza!" And Frieza's like, "Wait, what?"
I'm having fun.
But yeah. I think that also worked to the film. Is, you know, they didn't overbloat it with a bunch of pointless cameos or whatever.
Yeah.
But alright, guys. Enough gushing about the film. It's good. Go watch it. It's all you need to know. Dub's solid too. So, till next time, thanks again for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Have yourselves a great day and all that stuff. And we'll see ya. Bye! Kakarot!